Hello and welcome to another speed build video. This one is extra special for me because it is astrology based. I used to have a TikTok channel with astrology based content, which did really well a couple of years ago. So to incorporate both of these into this channel here is very exciting and special for me. Today we are in an apartment and we're going to do Gemini. I wanted to make kind of like a loft area for the Gemini apartment. I feel like every single Gemini that I know in real life has decided to move to a big city or has dreamed about it. So this I feel like is perfect for them. I kind of wanted to make it a little bit more special by making it like a lofty penthouse. I was also debating on doing a roommate type of situation here, but I feel like Geminis just prefer to live on their own. They love to be around people, but I feel like for themselves, they prefer to live alone. So that's exactly what I did here. This is one of my favorite apartments to build in San Myshuno because it has the outdoor section. It's one of the only apartments that has that's like decently small sized. I prefer to build in smaller apartments than the giant land grab ones. I don't know if anybody else feels the same. So all I did was make a platform and raise it up and then put stairs. I kind of wanted to make the room a little bit more secluded, so I put in like a little office hangout area below with access to the patio, which I think that this is so cute. I wanted to do more of like a modern industrial kind of apartment, but give the apartment a little bit more personality with the furniture that I did in this one. So I used a lot of high school years pack because I feel like a lot of Geminis either have a very like I don't know how to describe it, maybe immature style. No, not immature, but more I don't know. They like their stuffed animals, they like their childlike. Like I feel like you all really like the squishmallows whenever those were popular. So I kind of went with that kind of aesthetic where like you just came out of high school but you haven't really evolved your style very much. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I just feel like it's very cutesy. I don't know the word that I'm looking for, but I feel like you like your clutter. Like you just have things all over the place and it's not bad. It's personality, but it's a little bit chaotic. I feel like Geminis are a bit chaotic with their living situation, which is totally okay. But anyways, that was the kind of aesthetic that I was going for this build, and I honestly think that this is one of my favorite ones that I've ever done. I don't normally do full clutter the way that I did today. I really like more of like a simplistic style, but this is something I can really appreciate. So I did like little things on the walls, little clutter here and there. I feel like you don't mind seeing all of your stuff. Like you want to see what you have. You don't really like the hidden storage, which is totally fine. So I'm just kind of putting a lot of personality items here. Very like, I really wanted to get like cute little knickknacks, but I didn't. um, anyways. So yeah, just cluttering this up. I used a lot of like beauty products because all of the Geminis that I know are obsessed with beauty products. And I love that. I think that's so cute. You guys have a very eclectic style almost, but more of like a thrown together kind of deal, and it all works out. Okay, so here I went in with that one kit that Plumbella did. I don't remember what this is called, but I love all of the stuff, but I did realize that I didn't like it for this specific aesthetic. I wanted to save that for a different sign, so I ended up changing the desk and kind of everything, but still keeping it in that same area. I feel like a lot of Geminis really like the color blue, which is weird. I don't know, that's just an observation that I've made. So I did a lot of the decor and furniture in the color blue. Halfway through this room specifically, I realized that I wanted to use Little Simsie's kit that she made with EA, but by the time I got there, I had already done all of the furniture and I really liked what I had so far, so we'll just save that for a different sign. This series is so much fun for me. I was trying to figure out how to incorporate astrology into Sims builds, so this was really fun for me. I wanted to transition my YouTube channel into more Sims Paralives content just because this is so much fun for me to do in my free time. So I felt like this was the perfect way to kind of incorporate what already worked for me and kind of bring Sims content into it. So this will be a series. I'm going to do a couple of like shorts first and then post the full one afterwards. Maybe post the shorts throughout the week and then post the full video at the end of the week just to kind of like tie it all together. One of my most viral TikTok series videos was actually the signs and what like kitchens, bedrooms, house styles that I thought that they liked. And I did a couple parts to that series and it did really, really, really well. I gained a lot of followers from that on TikTok. So to kind of do it here in a different format with something that's also really fun for me is so much fun. So very excited. I don't know if you saw me on TikTok, probably not. I only had like 70,000 followers, but anyways, back to the build itself. We are doing the kitchen right now. I feel like every single Gemini that I've ever met has either loved cooking and spent all of their time in their kitchen, or on the very opposite end of the spectrum, they only eat out and have no idea how to cook besides like ramen noodles. I kind of went with that one for this kitchen, which is why I kept the fridge a little bit chaotic because I feel like you guys are very sentimental and just keep everything on your fridge. But aside from that, this particular build doesn't incorporate all of the cooking elements. So the kitchen is barely touched, barely cooked in, but the fridge is very loved with all of your events that you get invited to, and of course, like a microwave because you have to have your Easy Mac. Sorry, if that's not you, that's fine, but that's just the kind of Gemini that I was really centering for this kind of build. All right, so we are cluttering just a little bit with like coffee mugs and little sentimental pieces and like snacks. Nothing too crazy going on here. I kind of maybe should have put like car keys and the phone clutter from the kitchen clutter kit. But again, I kind of wanted to keep it like the Gemini that lives here never goes in their kitchen. And I think I did like a little recipe thing because they have no idea how to cook. No shade, there's nothing wrong with that. But that was just kind of what I had in mind for this particular build. Moving on to the living room. Okay, so I used the Cozy Kitsch. Is that what that's called? That kit? That couch from that kit is so cute. Love it. So I used it here. Again with the high school years, little love seat. And then this little side table. I think all of this is so cute. I'm so happy with how the color scheme turned out too. I feel like I don't normally build with this particular color of blue, but I think it turned out really well. And then kind of just having like a little TV stand with the TV, of course, and keeping it kind of like organized. Like I feel like your main areas of your living space are very organized and not cluttered, but I feel like your like bedroom area and like personal areas are kind of just a little chaotic, but not in a bad way. Very cute. Like I'm so loving this style of apartment. I don't typically build stuff like this, so it was really fun. And then I kept the bathroom kind of just like generic, like you just moved into this place and this is how it is, and you kind of kept it that way. I think I cozied up a bit with like a bath mat, but nothing really too much more. And then, of course, like all of your product out and about, but everything else is kind of the way that it came. So, yeah, cute little one, little bath mat there. And then I was debating on putting a dance floor. I feel like you guys all love to dance, but I decided not to. Instead, I did, I pretended it was like a little Peloton area, workout with like a bar. I feel like you love to host. So nice little bar area with some music, of course. I feel like you always have music playing anytime you're alone or, with other people. So basically anytime I feel like you have music playing. So just doing these little bar stools and then decorating the walls a bit with like little knickknacks and kind of more of like an eclectic style. But all in all, I feel like I made this build pretty simple. I wanted it to be more realistic than other builds that I've done. Like I wanted it to look lived in, with a lot of personality, but not too cluttered and crazy. I feel like a lot of Geminis don't spend most of their time at home, but that's just the ones that I know in real life. So that might not always be the case. But I just felt like this was very cute. Of course, you love your workout stuff. So, and then, moving on to the outside. This is honestly my favorite part in most of my builds that I do in this apartment because it's such a cute little realistic balcony. Now, of course, if you wanted, you could make this a little bit bigger. I like that you can kind of move the walls in on this build, to make the outside bigger. I don't know if you can put like a pool or anything. I guess I never tried that. Probably not. That might just be like a penthouse type of thing that you could do, but I did put a hot tub. I feel like you guys love your hot tubs. You love to host. A grill. I don't think it ever gets used, but that's okay. And then like a little outdoor area. Now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like Geminis actually do know how to cook, but maybe just choose not to. Anyways, this is the build pretty much done. I was taking screenshots here. So I was debating on putting this on the gallery. I probably will, but I hope you like it. Don't get dizzy. I'm kind of like going to all the rooms taking pictures, but I hope you like this build. If you are excited for the other ones, please let me know and let me know which sign I should do next. And of course, if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe and I will see you in the next video.